Hello, Ethan. This is a review of your third chanter lesson. It was on February 10th, 2023. And we're going to be following this sheet, which I'm going to be sending to you. And the very first thing that we want to be thinking about here is keeping your low hand in what we call the smoothly position. We came up with a phrase for that. And in order to help you remember what that needs to be, we're actually going to start with the low G to D transition. This is low G, that's D, low G, D, low G, D, low G, and D. And we're going to do those. And before you get started, you want to remember we don't want our fingers stiff like this, right? And we want to have the hand kind of relaxed, right? We also don't want to make a mountain shape out of these knuckles. We want to keep things kind of like this. There's going to be somewhat of a curve to your hand when you're doing this correctly. And it's going to look a little different on your hands, but this is the idea. And the way to test this, that you have it, is while keeping the curve and blowing on the low G to get solid coverage of all the holes. So we're going to have you do a test, check it out, blow, and make sure everything's where it should be. So here's your test. Our low G's match pretty well in person, so hopefully that helps. If some finger needed adjusting, go ahead and take care of that and try again. So there's your low G. Once you have that position, go ahead and keep it. And we're going to go back and forth between low G and D, which is bringing these fingers off. Low G and D, like that. And in the middle of this exercise, it might be that some of these fingers don't quite land properly. That's okay. You can fix that sort of on the fly. We're not going to play this too fast. You know, sometimes it's this middle finger that rolls off to the side of the note hole. Sometimes it's the D finger that rolls off. So you can figure that out while you're playing. So here we go. We'll go D to low, or low G to D. We'll do 4 of those in a row. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, you can take a break from that. And if you had trouble with the finger placement, that's okay. You can either stop the video and try it on your own, or we can do it again. Get those fingers in that smooth position, right? Not stiff, not like this, nice and smooth. Okay, and a key to that is keeping your elbow at your side. We don't want to do anything like that, right? And another key to this is keeping the sole of your chanter on a surface of some kind, so you're not having to hold it up. Ready? Again, low G to D, 4 of them. 1, 2. Okay, once you've gotten that down, we're going to move to the next part of your lesson, which was going over the high hand scale. And we kind of changed it up this week. Past week, we just did A, high G, F, and E, and we stopped here. But now I'm asking you to do high A, high G, F, E, and then back up to F, high G, high A. So we're going from top to the bottom of the high hand scale, and then back up. We're going to do this 2 times. So we're going to get everything ready in the high A position, like this, keeping your low hand in its position, right? Keep it there, even though it doesn't need to move for the high hand stuff. Okay? And 1, 2. Let's try that again. Starting on high A. Bottom hand in the proper position. 1, 2. So I asked you to do that just 2 times each day, but if that was just a warm-up for you and you want to do this again, go ahead and play back that portion of the video. All right, your next assignment was to play the low hand scale in a similar way, starting on D, then going down to C, B, low A, low G, then back up to A, B, C, and D. So on this one, we're going to take it a little slower because we need to be super careful about when we go from D to C, that's not too hard. But then when we go from C to B, we have to lift up these two fingers, the pinky finger as well. C to B. So you kind of need to be prepared for that. So let's take this one slowly. So it'll be, ready? 1, 2. Again, if you did have trouble placing all these fingers accurately every time, don't worry about it. Try to adjust it on the fly. Find out what needs to move. Often it's these top two fingers, but sometimes it can be the B. And it's usually that the fingers are just a little bit below the hole or maybe slightly above the hole and it's not covering. So find that good spot. Remember, you can always check with a good low G. And say, okay, that's what it feels like. Great. Let's do this again. The bottom hand scale, down and up, starting on D. Ready? 1, 2. If that gives you any trouble or needs a little bit more work, go ahead and pause the video and try it on your own or replay it. All right. The next thing we talked about was the A arpeggio, and the arpeggio is just a scale, and this is the one in the key of A, and these notes, low A, C, E, and high A, and then we do it again. Okay, this one is going to take some thinking, taking care to play the nice low A, go up to the C, and then going up to E, and then going up to high A. Let's take this nice and slow. Starting on a low A, you might want to test your low A, make sure it's good. Here's a test. Right, nice, smoothly placed bottom hand here. And 1, 2. Let's try it again. Starting on low A. 1 and 2. So the transition that's going to be challenging here to get it as fast as the other transitions is the one from C to E. And you just want to take it nice and slowly, like that. C, E. C, E. Let's try just that. Here's a C. Ready? C to E. 1, 2. Again, starting on C. 1, 2. Starting on C again. 1, 2. All right, that might take some work to get comfortable in the arpeggio. We're going to try the arpeggios one more time. It'll be just 2 sets like it's written here. A, C, E, high A, A, C, E, high A. Let's try that again. Ready? Getting in the C position, or the low A position. And 1, 2. Again, low A position. 1, 2. Remember, your high A wasn't at the same pitch as my high A. So if your high A doesn't quite sound like mine, that's okay. Don't worry about that. All right, the next exercise is some fun. We get to do G grace notes, many, many in a row. So here we have a whole bunch of low A's. Here they are. There's one set of 4 here and then another set of 4 here. And each one of them has that little bitty G grace note before it. That's the symbol for the grace note. And you may recall the grace note, the G grace note, is lifting your G finger like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play it not super fast right now. Okay, we're going to do 8 in a row like it's on the page. And on the page, what you're going to notice is that the first sound that we make in this exercise is the high G grace note, dropping down to low A. So the way you start this is you get in the low A position, and we can test it, make sure it's all right, and then we can have this finger right up here in the air waiting to go, right? And that's the first sound we make, and we just drop it like this. It's just waiting to go. Now let's do that. Get your high G finger in the air, and we're going to do 4 of these on my count. Ready? 1, 2. I had to take a breath in the middle, so I just took it. It happened to be on right before the 5th one. Let's do it again, a little faster. Get in the low A position, check it. Ooh. There we go. And then the high G finger's up, ready to go. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, stay in that low A position. Let's go a little faster. 1, 2. Let's go one more speed up. Ready? 1, 2. All right, that's great. Have fun with this, and we'll see you next week.